Dr. Martin Luther King was a leader who believed in equality for all. He fought for causes big and small. He fought against hate by using weapons of peace. His protests were not violent in hopes that hatred would cease. Dr. King was thrown in jail many times, even though he never committed a single crime. In 1963, Martin gave a speech. He shared his dream. He told it to the whole nation, and it began to catch steam. He won the Nobel Peace Prize at age 35 and had many other accomplishments while he was alive. To those who hated him, he showed patience and love, the kind of love that comes from God above. Now it's my turn to move towards justice and treat people fair. Here are some examples I'd like to share. If I see two friends fighting, I can tell them to talk it out and encourage them not to yell or shout. If my friend has little and I have enough to share, I will give them what I have to show that I care. If someone doesn't like me because of the color of my skin, I'll show them kindness anyway, because that's how you win. Do you want to be a winner like Dr. King? Then let nothing stop you. Nothing.
I can feel the heat of my brother's feet, wearing the wrong attire, shot down by gunfire by those who suppose to protect and inspire. But please don't riot, be quiet. Can you hear my grandmother's primal scream at the border, waiting on orders, holding my mama, begging for asylum, and you acting like it's a sin? Build a door, not a wall, and let us in. We are job makers, not job takers, and that's a win.
It's our turn. We are in a time moving toward awareness. We are moving toward evolution. We are moving toward a society where the world will finally see people for individual strengths, weaknesses, gifts, and shortcomings, rather than for their color, faith, ethnicity, sexuality, or gender. So, if it is our time, who exactly qualifies as our? Isn't the answer everybody? To some of you, this concept may seem obvious, so why do I feel the need to say it? Well, I learned a new lesson in middle school. I had co-founded my school's Gay-Straight Alliance several years earlier, but some club members were anxious to use their membership to lash out at our straight allies, specifically by saying things like, "Down with the straights!" But the purpose of this specific club was to represent and support everybody, regardless of orientation. So I brought this contradiction of our purpose to the club. Some club members were then concerned I didn't have their best interests in mind because I was inviting those unlike them into the hour. Of course not. What I was trying to say was said by Dr. King in 1968 when he asked, "Now what does all of this mean in this great period of history?" Dr. King said, "It means that we've got to stay together. We've got to stay together and maintain unity."
My mother told me that there's a beginning to every civilization, every problem, every fight, and there is an end. Meet me in between, after our story meets captor, meets white body, symbols of oppression, where we meet Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Angela Davis. Somehow, pieces of our story are always hidden. Black bodies have been the dirt of this country since its beginning, and we wonder how our crops grow. From Africa to chattel slavery to sharecropping and segregation, and now, what do we call this? An attempt to hide the truth of our world behind smiles, behind the bodies of slain black men and women, behind the poverty rate, behind incarceration in Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, the United States, behind the 13th Amendment, how neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States. How this country keeps us in the dark, even when you in the dark are supposed to be kin. The way black is always a secret. We make it seem like everything that is happening just started happening. We keep it vague, make black rogue, make black snap, make it hush, keep it behind bars, and never let it know the truth. And I don't mean no kings and queens. Our blood is forever young and forever being spilt on this earth because we already knew that.